What's up, young boy? How y'all coming? Alright, so I know it's not Friday, and this isn't an episode of Tales from the Trenches. I had to record and release this because while I was sitting up thinking last night, I realized I've been going about this all wrong. It's a fact that I am very talented and gifted, and it's an even bigger fact that I can be great at this. I have dope designs, I'm a gifted writer, and my audio series can make a real difference. Be that as it may, with all those things being true, I've neglected to do one thing. That's introduce and give y'all insight on exactly who I am. Asking y'all to invest and to believe in somebody who y'all don't even know because y'all under the preconception of what's being said about me on the IDOC website or online. That don't even make sense, and I can't make that right. So this is my attempt at making that right. When I say who I am, I mean I've been leaving you all to go off a tainted perception of who I am. So it's time to change that narrative. So if I was asked, who is Dre Money, the street prophet? I would have to say, I was born October 2nd on the west side of Chicago, Illinois in 94. I grew up under a single mother who worked her ass off to ensure her kids had everything she could provide them with, having no education and no high school diploma at all. May she rest well. Love her on that. People be scared to admit it, but not I. We was a part of the low class. I grew up in poverty. We was barely hanging on. That lady even stayed in a shelter for us. She always raised me to walk in my truth and never be ashamed of where I come from. We had it rough growing up in Chicago with literally no family, no help. We was all we had. Being the only male in my house, sitting outside my mother's door at 9 years old, listening to her cry, I made a decision. That decision caused me to jump off the porch 3 years later. As a teenager, y'all may have made some ill decisions and made money doing things that's frowned upon. However, my heart was in the right place, and I was more than that. Growing up, I played almost every organized sport available to a kid like me. I wrestled, played basketball, football, baseball, etc. I was great academically. I never failed a grade. I've never been to summer school. I am the first person in my family to complete high school and receive a college degree. However, the proudest moment of my academic experience was in the 3rd grade. I received straight A's all 4 quarters, and because of that, my mother and I was invited to a banquet. During the ceremony, the students received medals and was asked to sit down. They then asked the parents to stand and presented them with a medal and an award for being responsible for their child's success. Then my mother cried those tears of joy on one of the proudest days of her life, made that one of the proudest for me. I feel like when you come to prison, people get so caught up in your current situation, the stereotypes, and what they assume, they refuse to even attempt at learning the truth. Like people who don't know me, I never know at 14 years old, playing my last year of football with the Bourbon Mustangs, I had an award named after me. And the following year, I was invited back to present that award to a young man who was battling cancer. Every year for 4 years, someone who displayed some of the morals, characteristics, and work ethic I did received a trophy with my name on it. That is, until I was arrested. Before I was even convicted, they changed the name of the award. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? Being young and black from Chicago, Illinois, that isn't our reality. We're presumed guilty unless proven innocent. I currently sit in prison for my first adult case ever. I was given 22 years at 85% after being found guilty by accountability of first-degree attempt murder and aggravated assault on a police officer. First and foremost, to clear up a misunderstanding that has lasted way too long, no, my attempt is not on the police. Second, being found guilty by accountability. Do the world even know what that means? However, I'll leave that there. Understand that I take full responsibility to any and all of my shortcomings in life. I don't point fingers, nor do I make excuses. I stand up and hold self accountable. I'm human. How can I not? Is man or woman not redeemable? Who has the authority to decide such a fate? If it is such things, then why are these institutions called the Department of Corrections? It's a mission statement of rehabilitating people. You condemn me for making a mistake, but expect me to believe in a system that doesn't believe in me. Remember I said I'm the first in my family to complete high school and get a college degree? Yeah, well, I came to prison 18 months after being arrested during my senior year in high school. That means for the last 12 years, along with fighting for my freedom, I've dedicated myself to bettering myself. The majority of it was done without the help of the system. I'm an 85% under the Truth and Sentencing Act, meaning I sit at the bottom of their priority list, literally. That's what I was told when I was dropped from taking college classes in 2017 because I can't receive good time. So in the last 7 years, up until January of this year, all of my learning and bettering of self I did on my own via mail correspondence. I had to pay to better myself. Brian Stevenson, I've watched his movie depicting who he was as a lawyer and how he fought for those on death row. I also watched him receive an award at the NAACP award. He said something that has stuck with me. He said, I believe that people incarcerated who broke the law are better than they have been. Steve Harvey said, life is 10% about what happens to you and 90% what you do about it. Being a man of faith, I believe that everything happens for a reason. And therefore, I was put on my journey for a reason. In the Bible, it says, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. Therefore, I am expected to walk my path proudly. I'm not a man of regret. Do I wish I had done a lot of things in life differently? Absolutely. However, I didn't, so I can't dwell there. All I can do now is live, learn, and carry on. Christopher Maloney said, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Yeah, I've come up short and took a lot of L's. Shit, I went to trial with a public defender who threw me a funeral. I was diagnosed with the beginning stages of heart failure at 19 years old. Since I've been away, I've lost a child, and I've lost my mother and my best friend to COVID-19. I suffered more than most. I went from being the one everybody wanted to be around to the one that no one acknowledges. That's the part people don't talk about. They counted me out, left me for dead, but it's okay. Because every day I'm blessed to wake up and stand on all 10, I'm a win. I will continue to win. I started a business with only $2,200 and with no financial help or support. My business partner, Spirit, and I are making it happen. I recently hired an attorney who I'm paying $20,000 that I don't have to aid me in gaining my freedom. Sacrifices are need to be made. I gave up my one source of financial support so that I can get some aid with my lawyer. So what am I surviving on? Faith and a vision. The one thing the streets did bless me with was the ability to adjust and adapt to survive. I draw these sketches you see me posting, write these books and pieces, and even record tales from the trenches with no capital. My business is purely running off of sheer will and devotion to win. Sure, I'm attempting crowdfunding like Kickstarter to Northville. Again, because of self, I was too eager and with no finances failed to properly promote. I even recently set up a GoFundMe and applied for a business grant. I know people would rather see products that's already manufactured, and I intend to get there. Just like I know these social media platforms, y'all would rather hit me going live and see my face in these recordings. Again, I will get there. However, I'm a firm believer in making it happen with what you got. A lot of people said I couldn't get this far, and look at me now. There is a reason I'm getting my followers up and to monetize my site, because I'm on something. And whether the world believes in me or not, I will succeed. DJ Khaled said something last year on First Take with Stephen A. Smith that drives me. He said, you could either win with us or you can watch us win. You have a choice. I borrowed that statement because it aligns with my mental. Understand, I'm in no way asking the world to feel sorry for me. Not at all. On Mac, I don't need pity. I started this by saying, if asked who I am, what would I say? Well, here you have it. Everything you've just heard is so much more. At 30 years of age and having been incarcerated since I was 18, I haven't even scratched the surface of my potential. And yes, I draw all my sketches and designs. I have a serial gifted business partner who has also designed some of the clothes from our apparel line. It's possible to be gifted. It's possible to be as gifted as I am from where I am and where I sit. Sometimes we just need space and time to find it. I guess you could say I've had plenty of that, bro. Last but not least, pay money is the free prophet. Your favorite CEO is somebody that's empowered by his truth, as opposed to being ashamed of it. What I've done and who I was as an adolescent doesn't define me today. Who I am today and who I choose to be going forward will. So there you have it. There you have it. That's my story. Do with it what you will. I am who I say I am, and who I'm not, I'll never be. I can't be no more than who I was created to be, and that's with everything included. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the greatness. I'm here to stay, and like I've always said, I'm going to always stand up and be accounted for, and hold self and everyone around me accountable. My story is unique. However, I'm not alone, and if walking in my truth and embracing my journey implores someone else to do the same, and or give someone who feels voiceless a voice, then alhamdulillah, all praises due to Allah alone, and any mistakes are mine and mine alone. Because that's who I am. You go on this website and look me up, see what I'm locked up for, or see my pictures, and automatically you deem me a thug with no regard for the law or human life. However, you know nothing about me. Yeah, I'm a thug, an intellectual thug, but so was Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Tupac, even Nelson Mandela. with an opportunity, they proved that they were to them, and that what you see or don't see isn't always necessarily all you get. What are words like redeemable, rehabilitation, forgiveness, second chances, and making amends in existence if we choose not to enact them to any and everybody who deserves it? Stubbornness, one-sided viewing, and being stuck in old ways hinder evolution. I've chosen to learn how to turn a positive out of every negative situation. So world, how about you? That's my time. Thanks for listening. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool? Peace and blessings.